Shmi Skywalker was the mother of Anakin Skywalker, who later became the infamous Sith Lord Darth Vader. She lived as a slave in Mos Espa on the desert planet Tatooine during the last years of the Republic. It is during that time that she gave birth to Anakin. But how was Shmi's life before we met her in the Phantom Menace? Shmi was born on an unknown planet in an unknown part of the galaxy. In her early years, Shmi was going to suffer tragic blows of fate, which would make her a very lonely slave for a very long period of her life. It all happened when she was still a very young girl and had to witness a pirate attack on her village. She and her parents were captured by the pirates and forced into slavery. They were all brought to a slave market, similar to the Zygerian slave market we see in the Clone Wars. That's where she got separated from her parents, as they were all sold to different owners. She lived a difficult life as a slave. Over the next 30 years, she was taken from star system to star system, as she was sold from one master to another. These frequent changes of ownership forced her to acquire an indifferent and extremely independent nature. Shmi was a smart woman, and she used every opportunity to learn about the different behavior patterns of her owners. During her time as a slave, Shmi got to work for very aggressive and cruel slave drivers, but she also got to know extremely just and friendly owners. One of her friendly owners was a woman called P. Lipa. P. Lipa bought Shmi as a domestic servant and gave her a lot of freedom. She even promised Shmi to give her complete freedom. However, she wasn't able to keep that promise, as she died shortly after making it. Shmi then became the property of her heirs. She soon found out that she had become pregnant. It was completely unexpected, and she chose to hide it from her owners at first, until she eventually gave birth to her Force-sensitive child. It was a boy, and she named him Anakin. Shmi felt very guilty for having given birth to her son, as he was also going to have to live the life of a slave. Just like with every other slave, a tracking device was implanted into Anakin's body, which explodes in case of a possible escape and kills the slave. Nevertheless, Shmi felt less lonely with the presence of Anakin. And even though he had no father, she never questioned his birth and loved him deeply. Later, Shmi and Anakin came into the possession of Gardulla the Hutt. Since the Hutts were brutal and notorious slave drivers, Shmi was very worried about the sale. But at the same time, she realized that her son had become a very popular slave for busy owners, due to his incredible knowledge and talent. Anakin had developed amazing technical skills at an early age, and was able to repair nearly everything. However, his service under Gardulla was short-lived, as the Hutt lost the 2 slaves in a bet with the Toydarian junk dealer Watto. While Watto could be a harsh and demanding master, he still furnished them with a home in Mos Espa's slave quarters. Despite being very poor, Shmi made Anakin and herself a good home through her tireless effort. Whenever Watto didn't require Shmi's services, he allowed her to gain a modest living by cleaning computer memory devices. She even turned a small part of their house into a workshop. In addition to that, Shmi and Anakin also owned a few personal items, including a protocol droid named C-3PO and a pod racer. In a rare act of kindness, Watto also gave Shmi a repulsor-powered magnifier as a gift for the hard work she did. And that's all we know about Shmi's life before we meet her and Anakin in episode 1. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more Star Wars related content. See you next time.